shown bits and pieces without anything really exciting you. She looks a little bit one-paced, to be honest, but she's got a chance.
Okay. Paddy?
Yeah, I'd probably go Moulin Bouge here, to be honest. I know has been on the drift a little bit, but the form of that Windsor race, his only start on turf, is working out very nicely. You look at him down at the start, he's a real good-looking individual, and I mentioned the Windsor race is working out pretty nicely. A horse who finished just in front of him was placed, and there's been 3 winners. On that run at Lingfield last time, I mean, he was drawn out very, very deep and wide and wasn't beaten far, but visually certainly wouldn't be put off by Moulin Bouge.
Okay, we'll see how they go over at Chepstow.
Handicap. Rearing a little bit was Moulin Bouge at the back, along with Coral Reef, who was really keen to get on with things, but it's the red cap of A Hawaii who has the advantage and grabs this rail. Tracked through by the recent Lingfield winner, Kim and Kate, in the black sleeves and cap. Up there as well is Esteward in the yellow and blue colours. In behind that, in the grey and red, is You Better Be Quick. Up against the rail is Maze in the light blue cap. Coral Reef out wide looking for a first win under Holly Doyle, and the back marker in the yellow is Moulin Bouge for Ben Curtis. So A Hawaii has the lead from Esteward in second place. Kim and Kate getting a nice run through in third position. Then in behind is You Better Be Quick with up against the rail Maze. Out wider is Coral Reef and the back marker is Moulin Bouge as they head beyond the 3 furlong marker. Still A Hawaii in front. Esteward being ridden along. Kim and Kate travelling well in the slip.
7-2. Penny B 4-1. Reckonham Hot 5s. 7's The Greatest Showman and Forever Dreaming is 8. It's bigger prices the rest. If we could get your selection, Luke, and we'll probably go slightly more in depth after the Southwell race.
Yeah, Reckonham Hot will be the selection. I mean, around 5-1, I wouldn't mind going each way and Reckonham Hot. He's that sort of horse, but I think he is up to winning a little race like this. He's drawn fine in stall 3 as well, and the Gary Moore yard are ticking over at the moment. But Rob Hornby's on board, which is an interesting jockey booking. He wouldn't ride too much for the Moore outfit, but yeah, Gary Moore's operating at 30% in the last few weeks in a mix of, or last couple of weeks, I should say, in a mix of jumps and flat races. But Reckonham Hot, I think, is an each way shout around sort of 5-1.
Okay, 5-1 over at Windsor. That's the 5:05. They're about to move into line over at Southwell for their 5 o'clock. John Babb's about to go off on his break. Luke Elder's just joined us. Paddy Aspel's still here. And at Southwell, they're about to move into line. Last call for bets for the 5 o'clock.
Now it's gone up.
This market is now in play.
Coming in, I've twigged it, led in, and now unleashed. And that's it, they're off and racing. For the finale, the Prestige Safety Services PPE and Workwear Conditional Jockeys Handicap Hurdle, which sees Let Me Be lead them down to the first of the 11 flights. Supreme Yates is a close second, with Manila Destination, Highland Frolic, I've twigged it in pursuit. And at the first, Supreme Yates jumped on from Let Me Be. In rear, Ferrabin was rather careful over the first flight, finds himself a detached back marker as Supreme Yates leads them past the judge. I've twigged it going up on the outside of Let Me Be and Highland Frolic as they run into the first left-hander. Then Manila Destination, and Here We Have It, who settle in the mid-division in front of Bobby Sox and St Patrick's Bridge, and Ferrabin is last of the 9. So Supreme Yates, who took it up at the first, will lead them off as they level into the back straight. I've twigged it going up sides, the leader though. Keen on the outside, with Highland Frolic a close third. Let Me Be, who led to the first, racing fourth now, as they all step out over the first on the back straight. Next they take will be the third, Supreme Yates, with I've Twigged It noseband out wide, jumping on despite taking off from outside the wings of that hurdle as they run on towards the fourth. I've Twigged It, Supreme Yates, and between them a rather uncoordinated leap from Highland Frolic. Let Me Be is next. Manila Destination just received a reminder from Theo Gillard on the inside of Here We Have It, who's travelling with more purpose. Bobby Sox held up in the last trio ahead of St Patrick's Bridge, and finally Ferrabin. I've Twigged It leads Supreme Yates, who's now on the outside of the new leader as they race back towards the home straight. Highland Frolic, a couple of lengths off them in third. Let Me Be a length back with Here We Have It. Then Bobby Sox. Manila Destination is drifting back into the last trio with St Patrick's Bridge 1 from last and Fairbot still last of the 9. Coming to jump flight number 5, Supreme Yates on the outside of I've Twigged It. They land up sides, 2 in front of Highland Frolic. And then Let Me Be and Here We Have It. Bobby Socks is next, then St Patrick's Bridge and Manila Destination, who's not travelling, and finally Fairbot. But they're fairly well grouped as they close in on flight number 6. I've Twigged It and Supreme Yates. I've Twigged It much the better leap to go on by a length. Highland Frolic right behind them. Then a break of 4 lengths to Let Me Be and Here We Have It. Another couple back to Bobby Socks, and then St Patrick's Bridge and Fairbot, and Manila Destination now finds herself last of all. Spinning left-handed towards the back straight on the final circuit, Supreme Yates has regained the initiative under Patrick Cowley and forged on by 3 lengths over I've Twigged It, with Highland Frolic a length away in 3rd. And then Here We Have It, making ground into 4th in front of Let Me Be, who's being pushed along quite vigorously to hold a prominent position. Bobby Socks is next. Then St Patrick's Bridge as they jump the first on the back straight. Fairbot is behind those, and Manila Destination was pulled up before the 7th. The 8th is the middle flight on the back. Supreme Yates rose in front of I've Twigged It, Highland Frolic. Here We Have It on the outside. Let Me Be up the inner. St Patrick's Bridge making steady headway between rivals along with Bobby Socks. Fairbot is last once again as they run on towards the final flight down the back. Having taken it, it's Supreme Yates who comes away from the hurdle about a length in front of Highland Frolic, who's gone second. I've Twigged It, ridden along to hold her position as Bobby Socks makes good ground into 3rd. Here We Have It and St Patrick's Bridge are both being called upon for their efforts. They're in touch, and 6 of them have gone clear of Let Me Be, with Fairbot tailing off as the leaders begin the turn for home. And it's here that Highland Frolic goes to the front, but Bobby Socks has gone off in pursuit of the new leader. St Patrick's Bridge going into 3rd. Supreme Yates on the retreat. 2 from home. Highland Frolic stepped at it but jumped it well. Bobby Socks now being
Thunder, and also Harmonious in there at 16-1. It's 20-1 for A Day in Our Life, and Clooney at 40s and Heartside at 100-1 at the outside.
Glory Call is coming for a little bit of late support. 7's down to 13. It's actually looking, Ollie Pears, his last 2 winners have come in sellers, so this will be a bit of a change for him to have a handicap winner. 13-2 anyway, Glory Call. 7-1 Zeno. Bits and pieces for Zebediah. It was one of those rare old birds of a horse watcher's horse that didn't actually start his life with a different ownership. It's always been Horse Watcher's horse, currently 9-1 and 10-1 and bigger the rest. The last few runners are going behind at Wolverhampton, so final chance if you are wanting to get involved in this contest over the 6 furlong trip. It looks like Noble Captain might be one of the last to be presented, although I can also see at the rear Zeno is yet to go forward. First time cheek pieces. Luke Morris is aboard. Let's go over and join our commentator for tonight, another man who's been
this market is now in play
very, very often over the years. It's Mark Slater.
Moving in, Zeno moving forward. Set. And off, racing over 6 furlongs. Good start from Northern Chancer, leads early, a length clear from Struck Gold in the black and white stripes, and then with the red cap is Glory Call moving through on the inside. On the outside in the brown and green is Zeno. That's the leading group. All in 2 in the dark blue and light blue hoops next. Then all done, the orange with the stars. Noble Captains towards the back of the field. And Zebediah is the back marker in this At the Races at Market Movers Handicap. Leading the way, Northern Chancer, Cam Hardy going freely out in front, passing the 4. 2 lengths ahead of the handicap debutant. And in the first time cheek piece is Zeno. The well back Glory Call's been joined for 3rd by Struck Gold. And then all in 2 on the outside of All Done. And the back 2 a Noble Captain as they past the 3 furlong marker. Shares last place with Zebediah. Still Northern Chancer leading Zeno as they turn for home. Glory Call on the inside is next in the field, but rousted along, and then comes Struck Gold. Behind them, All Done is waiting for a passage through, and then comes All in 2. They head
Verdi, 7-2 Cuban Grey. South Dakota Suit did drift out to 13-2. That's now been taken. 6-1 is the price, and we've got 10-1 and bigger the rest. So William Muir and Chris Grassick, who enjoyed a particular success at the weekend, will be able to enjoy a success a couple of days later. Well, it's actually more than a couple of days later, isn't it? As the runners are going forward, just seeing South Dakota Suit just being aided with I think it was a wave of a programme book behind him to get him into the stalls. That seems to have worked the oracle. So with just 2 more to go forward, let's go back and rejoin Mark Slater for commentary on our third race of the evening at Wolverhampton.
Last one going forward for the race is up Form Study Handicap. Thanks, Simon. Just waiting on Pink Stripes. She's going in now. Stall 2. Pink Stripes moves in.
This market is now in play.
Almost there, Pink Stripes. One more push should do it. That's it. Set and off, racing over the minimum trip. Little slow to go with Sugar Hill Babe, not for the first time. Also South Dakota Sioux, again not for the first time, not the quickest into stride. Cinque Verde got away best, leads early by about a length from the market leader Unlimited Data. Cuban Grey tracks in third. Then pushed along in fourth place is Pink Stripes. Sugar Hill Babe, that one's stablemate is next. The back marker is South Dakota Sioux, and a good 8 lengths behind Cinque Verde. Has gone off pretty fast, leads Unlimited Data by 2 lengths. Similar break back to Cuban Grey, and then a couple more to Pink Stripes.
Over at Catterick. He was drawn a bit wider on the track as well, which not be the best place to be, but he did look as if he'd relished 6 furlongs, and Christian Howarth takes a further 5 off. This race looks well within his reach, and I mentioned Magical Merlin. He's the other one I put in the reverse forecast, who came from a really strong race at Kempton 3 starts ago, where tons of horses had come out of that and won. He ran in a good race behind Animate at Wolverhampton a couple of starts ago. That was over 7, and he never really managed to get into that contest. But his turf form since has massively improved. I think he's a better horse on turf than he is on the all-weather. The Charlton runners are going okay at the moment, but look, on turf he's 2 from 5. On the all-weather he's 0 from 2, and his all-weather form, sort of finishing positions-wise, doesn't quite match up to what he's done on the green stuff. So I'd probably just prefer Magical Merlin as a bet, but I'll take either of them in the first 2 order, whatever way round.
Yeah, pay handsomely if it does land. The last few runners are going in. A Sure Welcome just easing in the market out to 12 to 1. There's going to be one of the last to go forward. So without further ado, let's get ourselves over to
this
Ian
market is now
Bartlett
in play.
as a Sure Welcome just rears on the way in, and is going to be taken out. So hopefully no harm done. Maybe just a little turn. Jockey's just got off, and in fact they're going to go without a Sure Welcome. A Sure Welcome has been withdrawn, not under orders. Let's go and join Barty.
Also the early lead goes with Afterlife in purple and red colours, a pink jacket of Live in the Moment behind those. Yellow and purple of Magical Merlin is next. Le Quinto is on the left in the maroon. The white and blue of Spirited Guest is towards the back of the field, but Antiphon and Sean Levy have completed 2 furlongs leading. Afterlife running in second position. Live in the Moment in the pink is on the outside of Le Quinto in the maroon jacket. Wide of those on the right, Magical Merlin, a grey, purple and yellow jacket. Spirited Guest behind those. Antiphon galloping on strongly in front as they come to the 2 marker. Leading now to in second position Afterlife with the red sleeves. Here comes Le Quinto, 1 from the left in the cleared amount of challenge.
For me, I'm just hoping that Hurtle is a little bit more on the money today. He looked a little bit more rusty, we'll say, last time around, where things looked a little bit of an effort for him. But Mohamed Tabti's got a good record alongside Hurtle, and at the prices, it's more of a price play rather than anything. Hurtle is probably just a little bit too big, and I think Alpina Express is a little bit too short.
Okay, well, those of you who were paying attention will doubtless pick me up that Montevideo, of course, the potential second leg of a double for Charlie Johnston won't be running tonight. In fact, there's actually another absentee. Mythical Guest has been taken out of the next race, so Windsor's 740 is only going to be a 3-runner affair. Last few are going in. Alpina Express now out to
this
even
money.
9 to 4 Hurtle, 92 Grease Lightning. It's 18 to 1 bar. Let's go back to Windsor and we can rejoin Barty.
Set. They're off. Race a little short of 1.5 miles here, so beginning right over the far side from the stands, and the white and maroon of Lexington Hero goes through to have the very early advantage. Blue and white colours favourite. Alpina Express is close. The green colours of Hurtle is up there as well. Blue jacket of Mirabello Bay between those, and Grease Lightning red and yellow colours just at the rear of the field as they complete 2 furlongs. There'll only be about 3 or 4 lengths between them. White and maroon jacket for George Bass, very narrowly in front. Alpina Express on the white spots on the blue. Green colours for Mohammed Tabdi towards the left, close up as well. That's the leading trio. They're only just over a length ahead of David Egan. A yellow cap on Mirabello Bay, and alongside him George Adobe in red and yellow on Greased Lightning. So into the loop they go, still very tightly bunched. A very narrow advantage for longest priced runner Lexington Hero. Shortest priced runner Alpina Express is taking him on. Races round the outside of him though, only a neck behind. Length and a half behind those to Hurtle in the green, and then about a 3/4 of a length gap to Mirabello Bay. Against the running rail is Greased Lightning, the red and yellow, as they begin their run back on towards the home straight in the final 5 furlongs. So past halfway, still only about 3 lengths between them. Lexington Hero, neck lead over Alpina Express as they move into the home straight. Length off those is Hurtle, green colours running in third, then Mirabello Bay in the blue of the yellow cap, and behind those, against the running rail, is Greased Lightning. They've completed a mile, they're heading down towards the final 3 furlongs. Alpina Express alongside the much bigger horse Lexington Hero, these two together. Mirabello Bay coming with a challenge on the outside of them. Hurtle is there, and then Greased Lightning, but Alpina Express best turned out winner and favourite.
Set in here who is a tricky horse to try and weigh up. He had some nice form last year, but he's shown absolutely nothing in 2 starts so far this year. He didn't beat a rival home and was beaten 51 lengths on his reappearance. And then I say he showed nothing. It was a better run at least last time around, but it couldn't have got much worse. But I guess he was stuck on a wing. He looked like he might play a part at a point, but then he faded out of things and he just didn't really get home. So yeah, it's a tricky race, but I'm putting more faith in Neil Callan than anything else. I'm just hoping he can get on the front end and Emperor's End can try and dominate.
Okay, John, any thoughts? In a word?
There's no play.
Not much to vary on that really. Obviously, Morka, that run at Doncaster on the straight track was a good effort from box 1 last time, going off 125 to 1. Probably exceeded what they actually wanted to do on the day, but it's a lot will be about tactics here.
Well, they are often racing, so let's hand you over to trackside commentary in the very capable hands of Ian Bartlett.
Away and present, but Keane already closing the gap to 3 lengths to the second placed runner, which is Morcar. The red sleeves though of Mindset leads them. They move across the intersection for the first time, so they're heading down towards the final 7 furlongs. Mindset, winner at Beverley last year. Red sleeve jacket for Tom Marquand has the advantage. Behind him, this evening's favourite Morcar, Pat Dobbs. Hoop jacket of pink and blue runs in second. He'd be 2.5, maybe 3 lengths behind Mindset now as they run round the loop. And then Emperor Zem, very slow into his stride. Already the winner of the Best Turned Out Award. He's 1.5 lengths behind Morcar, maybe 2 lengths in fact behind him. The back marker and the outsider of the trio. So off they come back on towards home. They're approaching the halfway stage. And Mindset in front, just over 1.5 lengths ahead. Morcar continues to be second position. Emperor Zem, 1.5 lengths behind into third. They've levelled up into the home straight, so it continues to be Mindset left alone in front. The favourite Morcar, the blue colours running in second. Emperor Zem, the purple jacket, stalking the pair of them. Close up behind him in third position. Again, they come across the intersection, so they're heading down inside the final 3 furlongs. Mindset continues to have the advantage, and now he tries to push him on and get away. Morcar though on the right, going cosily alongside as Mindset comes under pressure. Behind those is Emperor Zen back in third position. Between the 2 and 1 furlong markers, the blue colours of Morcar goes through into the lead. Mindset has weakened, is with Emperor Zen. They're 2 or 3 lengths behind a motionless Pat Dobbs on Morcar.